It's a great privilege to have opened our new garden walk mall this morning. But before I get there, I firstly would like to welcome the newly appointed Councillor Peterson. Welcome to Council. And I've seen her work in the community, so I guess the PA decided on you to deploy you because of your work in the community. And I also foresee that we will work together well and respectful with each other, Councillor Peterson. So good luck also with your job. It's not an easy job being in government, fighting for your community and your political space, but also doing it in a dignified way is always a challenge. But yeah, I like challenges, and I suppose you too. So the challenge is out there, and I think we will be able to get there. All right, then. It was my privilege, Speaker, to attend the Media 24 conference last week with high-level speakers, including the President of South Africa and various ministers, deputy ministers, economists, political analysts. And the theme of the conference was 5 million jobs that should be created in 10 years. And I don't think it's impossible. In fact, I think it's quite easy. And Mayor Jordan Lewis also indicated that over the past year, only the city of Cape Town created more than 400,000 jobs. So only in the city over 10 years you can create 4 million jobs. So in the whole country it should actually be easy to double that. And it's also been identified by Media 24 and basically all the speakers there that at this stage the main concern for residents in this country, and it's actually a matter of grave concern, is the amount of people that's jobless, who's unemployed, and that should be the main focus of not only government but only private sector. And Professor Qiu Jin was one of the most dominant speakers. She's a Chinese person, a professor, and she spoke about how China did it, how they uplifted millions and millions of people out of poverty and how they got it right to grow their economy at a tremendous rate, and lifting people's income between $1,300 to $2,600 in basically only 2 years. Where the closest to that is India. I think that was in 6 years, and then if you look at England, it took them 150 years. So what they've done is actually amazing. And to drill down to the core of her message was the fact that government should get out of the way and let private sector create jobs. We should only enable. We should ensure that the infrastructure in place and that business can come in and create jobs. There's so much needed jobs. And Speaker, on that note, I want to thank our administration. I also want to thank this council because I think we agree with it. And therefore I want to include our administration for the work that they do in terms of planning forward and the rollout of infrastructure in this town. I guess it's for that reason that we now for 3 years in a row been seen as the #1 immigration destination in South Africa. And we know that it's not only people, that's based on the amount of properties that's been registered in our town. And Grootbrak's fifth fastest growing also in our municipal area. So that is based on statistics, but then we know also a lot of other people who's not buying property but is looking for a better life. They're also coming to our town. That's actually the people that's in dire need of jobs, looking for a better life, looking for a dignified life, looking for a job so that they can provide for themselves. So therefore, Speaker, it's for me a very proud morning to have been able to be at the opening of the Garden Walk Mall, where 50 new businesses will open their doors today. I've walked through the mall, met many of the employees who will start their job, their career today in Mossel Bay because of the private sector who came into our town, who developed a beautiful mall, and now we've got people with jobs. So thank you very much. I was just as proud of the infrastructure just across the road, the new solar plant that we've opened a few months ago, ensuring that we've got bulk infrastructure services that's not only working, but it can work sustainably even if Eskom is having stage 6 load shedding. And for that reason, Speaker, I don't just want to thank the developers, the contractors, all the businesses that's opening their doors there, all the community members who's gonna go and visit that mall, gonna buy food there, gonna enjoy themselves there. I want to thank them all, but I also want to thank each and every department in our municipality, especially Director Naidu, Director Venter, and Mr. Prince from Legal Services. It was not without challenges, and I can also mention that at the mall, the opening, the management also thanked our staff, and they do understand the complicated area in which we work. But they also made mention of how broken other municipalities in our country currently look, because as the pastor said, they also work countrywide and they see what's happening, and our infrastructure is not being kept, the upkeep's not being done, and that's the reason why they're developing in our province, because I understand that the people come here looking for a better life and for better services. So I think we as council can feel very proud about the movement that we see in terms of growth in our town, not only informal people, not only residential people, but also business people, investors coming to our town, believing in what we offer them, believing in that they will find a better life here. So thank you very much for that. Then, Speaker, in terms of the foot and mouth disease, at this stage I think it's been handled so well by province and by our administration and by district that we actually also almost forgot about it. In the rest of the country it's a crisis. At this stage we've only got 5 infected farms, 74 farms has been vaccinated, and 13,337 animals has also been vaccinated. So Speaker, also a huge thank you to Dr. Ivan Meyer and his Department of Western Cape Department of Agriculture, and the Premier, who's having weekly meetings with us as mayors, and then the district jocks and so forth, Mr. Johnson and his team who's also been involved, Councillor Leon, everybody involved, thank you very much. And even our MM who took the bold decision to assist us to have some of the roads right at the start, to have them closed. We only got official permission 2 weeks after, but that is showing bold leadership, that the municipal manager took a decision because he understood that this virus or epidemic is not waiting for legislation, it's not waiting for officials, it's not waiting for politicians. When decisions must be made, it was made, and in him, I think we can stand proud, and I do believe that that is one of the reasons why the spread was contained, because it was a small road with an alternative road. There was animals crossing that road all day, and the decision was made to close the district road by the municipality. Obviously we did consult with the mayor of the district, but it was immediately done. So thank you for the leadership in this town that can react effectively, immediately, when very difficult decisions must be taken, sometimes even if it's not their core function. So MM, thank you for going above and beyond, understanding the issue and showing leadership. And I want to encourage our directors and management and leadership in this municipality, Speaker, because many times, due to legislation and due to the fact that we are working in such a restricted environment, I know that it's scary for our managers, and they're afraid to take decisions because the outcome might be detrimental to them if they make the wrong call. But still, it's leadership that needs to be shown, and if you are not trying to do something wrong, I'm of the opinion that this council will do our best to protect you when you are making decisions to better the lives and to protect our community. So that's undergiving we give you. And thank you once again for that. Then in terms of sport development and sport tourism, Speaker, as we all know, we all love sport. We are a sporting country. We are great at sport. So for that reason, I'm also very proud, and part of our council items is the UIPM feedback. This council decided to avail 500,000 rand towards that function, or the World Triathlon Championship that took place in Mossel Bay, and we've received 34 nations, not only South Africa but in our beautiful town, due to this tournament. Yeah, 1,600 athletes partook, and obviously it's also we've received not only the tourism benefit of all these athletes coming to our town, but also massive media exposure for Mossel Bay worldwide. Then continuing with sport tourism, we're also very proud, and it's also part of our agenda items today, is availing the Van Riebeeck Stadion with free of charge for the Western Cape Netball Championship that also will take place in Mossel Bay. And then also something that will create a lot of attention and excitement is the Almeida Stadium with the Easter Rugby Tournament that will also take place there, Speaker. So yeah, I think we can feel very proud of our events coming to our town, of all the international events we're hosting, and obviously local events. And at the end of the day, it's creating a space where community members can collaborate with each other, rub shoulders, get to know each other, and where we can get to know each other so that we can work better with each other with the needed respect. I strongly believe, Speaker, that when we know each other, we don't scowl at each other and swear at each other. If you know each other, you normally have got respect for each other. And when there's collaboration and respect and mutual understanding, we can only move forward. Even though we're from different houses, even though we're from different political beliefs, even though we might be from different religious beliefs. In this town, even across the board, we work together with different religious groups, and we do it effectively, because it's not always about yourself but about your community, and that's our job, as the pastor also mentioned this morning. Speaker, and then I'm going to end off on that note, the fact that we've also lengthened the grace period for our churches that wants to comply. I just want to end off with we do understand the challenges in many of our communities. Many of these community churches are serving poor communities. So for that reason, we also see how we can help them. They're playing a massive role in our community. And obviously, I think to every councillor here, the challenge is to see how we can get even more involved, not only in churches, but in organizations in our town. I mentioned it at the opening of the mall as well. Mossel Bay is about partnerships, about working together, about collaboration, and that's why people love to come here. Thank you very much, Speaker.